Well, hello again. We're back for another art project, and I hope you're doing well today. I'm doing pretty good myself. In fact, I'm doing fabulous. Maybe I'm exaggerating, I don't know. But anyway, I'm doing very well. And I hope that you are doing well, and I hope your day continues to go wonderfully. So, for this particular time, we're going to do what are prayer flags. And this is a sample right here. And you'll see that, or notice that it may be hard to distinguish, but on these flags, there are various designs on them. And they're a little bit complicated. They have words written in a different language. Okay, but we don't have to be concerned about words today. But what you're going to do is make our version of prayer flags. So this is going to be our version of prayer flags. And you'll notice that on the first one that I did, I have what can be considered a human figure. Next, I have something like a sun on the blue. And then I have a bird or eagle on the orange. And I'll show you where I've taken these ideas from. And then a hand on the green, okay, the hand of fate, and a butterfly on this last one on the red. So this is going to be our version. Now, I use a lot of resources when I do my own work. Sometimes they provide me with inspiration as to how to put things together or combine things and make something new out of it. So I just want to share with you from this. I have many books, as I've said in the past. This is one of the little books that I have, Petroglyphs, Easy Field Guide to Southwestern Petroglyphs. So in here, I just really enjoy looking at these. Here's a very small image. I hope you can see it. It's a cloud with lightning and rain. And that's very simplified. Okay, here's another one over here, which is perhaps a spirit figure or figure of some sort, but again, very simplified, nothing complicated. On this one, oh my gosh, look at, and I know you can identify that right away as a snake of some sort. Okay, and on this one, on this page over here, there's a figure, looks like it's playing a musical instrument of some sort, perhaps a flute. So even with just these two pages, there are numerous ideas for designs and ideas. Let me see another, if I can find another one over here. Okay, here's another simplified one. Okay, the cornstalk, which was very important to many cultures. So that's the corn, the maize. Okay, and I have this other wonderful book here. It is titled Design Motifs of Ancient Mexico. And here is a dog. And you'll notice that there's all this cutout areas or black areas, white areas, and it just adds a lot of, I think, dynamic to the design of this dog. Cool. So that's a dog. Okay, here's birds. There's a very simplified bird. It might not be what you consider a bird, but it's what these wonderfully ancient people thought of as a bird. Okay, this one is a bit more complicated, but it's very beautiful nonetheless. Let's see, okay. These are birds. Here's another one, a bird in flight perhaps, with the wings spread. Beautiful, beautiful. So I just want to share with you that that's where some of these simple ideas that I've used today come from. So you're going to receive scissors, perhaps you'll need a pencil, a marker, and glue. Okay? So we begin with cutting our prayer flags. Now, I have 5 pieces of construction paper here. You will not receive black because it would take a metallic pencil or pen to make your images visible on black. So I'm just going to cut these out, and I have measured it. This is 2 inches here by 5 inches, and I'm going to just fold it in half. And oh, also you will receive, I almost forgot, string, so that you can connect these together. Okay, when I say connect these together, I mean you can take the prayer flags, glue them onto the string, and there you go. And you can hang this perhaps on a window, and something that you can enjoy each day. And this is for you. So you can use the type of image that you're comfortable with, that you want to express, or you can do something a little different. It's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. So the first piece of paper that I have here is this kind of beige looking, buff looking paper. So I'm going to fold this in half so I can give myself some dimensions to work with. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with all of these other papers. So as I said, you will not receive any black because it would take some kind of metallic pen to make the design show up. So there I have the beginnings of the prayer flags, 2 pieces. What I want to do first of all is I'm going to create a border. Like I have here, I'm going to create a border. And the border can be a design of your choosing. For example, you can use a straight line, and I'll show you this. You can make a triangular shape. You could use a straight line, and perhaps you're going to make it circular or half circles on this border, and that's perfectly fine. You can add, if you want to, say a little dot in there, which makes it look a little different. So these are lines that you all know how to make. Straight lines, curved lines, dots, it's up to you. So let me get started with this part of it. And I'm not going to use a ruler for this. I'm going to do it freehand. I'm going to create this part of the border so that my figure or my image is not just floating in space. And do the best you can. If the lines are not exactly straight, it's not an issue, okay? It's not an issue. Okay, so let's see. I think I'll make kind of a curvy line here for my border. And I will show this to you. Okay. Okay, curvy, curvy, curvy. Oh, okay. There you go. And I think what I'll do is I'll add some extra marks in here, the mark being the dot. And I think it'll give it just a little bit more interest that way. Okay. Here we go. So, there's one. Now, I think what I'll do is I'll repeat this kind of insect-like figure on this first one. I'm not going to draw it with pencil. I'm just going to go for it with my marker. Okay. And all I want to do is make sure that I fit it into the area that I've decided to put this insect into. Okay, and this time I think I'll make it a little bit, give it a little bit more design. Okay. There you go. When you work with the marker, if you have the thick pointed marker, You don't want to let it sit on this construction paper too long because it will it'll bleed out, meaning that it'll expand and it might distort whatever you're trying to draw. Okay, so, okay, there's that. Maybe I'll add another little wing here. Someone might say, well, that's not correct. Well, that's okay. This is my version. Okay, so very simply, I have what might be considered an insect of some sort, perhaps the butterfly, which is a beautiful creature. Okay, so there we did. Let me do another one. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to repeat the same type of border so I have consistency within my project here. Curved line. Okay, and y'all I know are experts at making curved lines. Okay, very loose, very loose. And I've said this many times that there is no right or wrong way. The correct way is your way. Whoops, I got one a little bit off there. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to enjoy what I'm doing at this particular moment. So there I did the butterfly again with a little bit of variation, and I'm going to do what could be considered a person at this point. Okay, just making the outline, and I'm going to show this to you after I do this right here. It's very simple, very simple. Okay, I'm going to say our ancestors, because we all have ancestors of some sort or other, drew in the caves very simple figures. But I could tell by the way they drew these figures, particularly the animals, that they were quite aware of how these creatures looked. So this could be my rendition of a human being or ancestor. Okay. Then I would take after I've completed the five flags, I'm going to take my string, and if I am able to take a piece of string out of this bundle here, okay. Let me see here, I don't want to tangle them all up. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go, got it. Got it. And some of these things are just materials that I have had at home. As you recall from previous lessons or projects, that, I save a lot of things. And this string is something that I happen to have. It came in very handy. So I have my string here. And then once I have all 5 images complete, then I'm going to take my string and I'm going to divide it in half, because I want to give at least kind of a sense of even spacing. So here's the middle of my string. I have my finger on it right here, and if you need to, you could mark it with a pencil. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and I think what I would do, I'm going to put this, I'm going to see about where's the middle here, and I'm going to place that on the middle of this mark here. Now the reason I'm doing this is so that once you complete the prayer flags, then you'll have even spacing between the prayer flags, and you have adequate amount to string to tie it onto something. Okay, okay. So with your wonderful glue stick, you're going to apply the glue to the entire back side of one of the prayer flags. Okay, so here I am, and I'm going to show you this in a minute here. Or less than a minute. okay? Okay, so, oops. There's my glue on the entire back side. And then I'm going to place my string in more or less what's the middle of this prayer flag. Bend it over. Make sure that all the surfaces touch. And there goes my first prayer flag, okay? Now before I would start doing this, I would complete all of my images of what I want to do. You can do figures from nature, human figures. You could do plants, if you so choose. You could do stars, so a sky, or a rendition of a sky. How would you do that rendition of a sky? Let me see here. Okay. Say this is a prayer flag right here. And I have a little dot right there in the middle. Okay, so that could be a star. That could represent the night sky if I did a whole bunch of those. Okay, and if I wanted to do, say, a moon, I could, there's the beginning of the shape, and I could fill it in. I will fill it in with my marker, and then once I have the border and such, it represents the moon. And you can choose symbols or things that you're particularly interested in, or things or shapes that represent you. Let me see, you could do a rainbow. Rainbows are something that are very beautiful. You could do flowers. You could do your favorite creature, dog, cat. Maybe your favorite creature is a lizard or a snake. A lot of people own snakes these days. Or fish. And fish are beautiful. Snakes are also beautiful. They have amazing patterns on their skin. So, this is your prayer flags that you're going to create. And then once you've completed them, you can hang it somewhere in your dwelling, house, apartment, wherever you live, and enjoy it and have fun with it. And remember, don't be too critical. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Have fun. Okay? And express yourself. Thank you, and I hope you're going to enjoy this and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.